looky here. It's the Pat and JT podcast.
Pat and JT podcast.
I wish you guys were listening about 30 seconds ago. Actually, more than about a minute and a half ago. It was the biggest cluster F trying to figure out Fat Tuesday, Lent, fish fries, timelines.
They put everything in a 6-day period. It's like Super Bowl. That led us to prop bets. Then we're talking about Valentine's Day. Then realized that Ash Wednesday is on Valentine's Day. That's the start of Lent. Yeah. There's a fish fry this Friday that doesn't make sense. And we missed Mardi Gras.
I mean, seriously, that is how out of touch. I'll speak for just myself. How out of touch I am. I had no idea that Mardi Gras already happened. Zero clue.
We are just in time for Fat Tuesday. There's still parades going on if you want to hit one up, but not around here. But
yeah, no,
Mardi Gras is happening.
So Mardi Gras is happening. It's like right now it's happening.
It started last week.
Okay.
This week.
Okay.
And then it ends Tuesday is Fat Tuesday next week, the 13th. So that's when
got it.
Fat Tuesday. That's when you go crazy. And then the next day they start Lent.
Yeah.
On Ash Wednesday.
Okay.
To be totally clear, it is
painful.
6 weeks is Lent. So if you're planning to give something up, next Wednesday's it.
Okay.
On Valentine's Day.
And maybe I know fish fries are huge. It's really, really, really difficult sometimes to get in. Not difficult to get in, but you got to wait a long time sometimes on some of these bigger ones. And I think it's the Holy Name fish fry that's open early tonight.
Friday.
So
we're having a soft open.
So maybe
a new crew, maybe
like if the people that are giving stuff up or whatever, like, okay, we're going to have 6 weeks of fish fries every Friday. We don't want to go when it's open early because we're going to be getting our fill. So maybe this will be the perfect Friday to go. If you want to go to a legit fish fry, it won't be as crazy busy.
Well, that's true.
Maybe.
If you haven't, give it there's nothing better. I mean, honestly, you just got to plan on standing around and waiting.
There's nothing better than a fish fry. Nothing better.
It's true. It's true, but just gear yourself up for. Typically, there are huge crowds, and you have to stand around and wait. But it's always fun.
Yeah,
it's always fun. So so that's what screwed me up because you were talking about this illegitimate fish fry.
Yeah,
and then
it's like a fish fry, like a club that has no sign, and you just have to have like a secret. This is the fish fry with the club with no name.
So it's the generic. No, it's not. It's a legit fish fry. It's just that it's starting early. Okay, I got it.
Yep.
So. Jeepers, Christmas, so much stuff too, because this weekend, Super Bowl Sunday. So who you got? Like the pros and cons. It's really tough.
I don't know. I'm saying Chiefs.
Not your heart, your head.
I don't know.
Because Chiefs, do they win another one? Patrick Mahomes. Tay.
I think that everything has been written in the stars for the Chiefs to win. Not just whatever whatever your algorithm says. Yes. No, I think Mahomes. I think they'll win another one.
But then the other side is the 49ers quarterback, Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's a little connection there. And there's no. I mean, they're a team that has had its moment in the sun. Let's just put it this way. And the true fans are saying it still does, but where it was kind of almost not to the level of America's team, but there was a lot of love for the 49ers for a long time. I mean, it's always been a favorite team. So
speaking of, back when Joe Montana was quarterback, they've Jerry Rice, all that, but I saw ESPN. I didn't see the documentary. I've just seen clips of this on Instagram that Joe Montana used to call his wife from the sidelines during the games.
Yes. When he found out he could.
Yeah. When he found out he could.
Dial 9 and get a line out.
Yeah. He's like, I just tried it one time, hit 9 and I got a dial tone. So I called my wife and she's like, wait, what are you can't be calling me. What are you doing? Because I just called to tell you that I love you. It's like, oh, okay. Go back and play.
Get back to work. Figure it out. I thought that was so funny because literally a rotary phone probably sitting on the sidelines and he can pick it up and dial 9 and get a line out like a hotel.
Yep. So funny.
I love that. But yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking at, you got the typical prop bets are out there if you're wanting to get your game on a little bit. Nothing, I don't see anything like super wild that's on here.
What color is the Gatorade going to be? on whoever gets important. That to me, I think would be easily not rigged necessarily, but whoever is in the circle of filling those up, they could just tweet their dad and text their mom and say orange, blue, or whatever.
Whatever color it's going to be. So the game starts at 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 our time on CBS or Paramount Plus too. But yeah, so they got those out there. Everybody's ready to roll for the weekend. I saw some new fantastic Super Bowl party recipes.
Ooh, yeah. I got to go through my menu. Have I gone through my menu yet of what we're having for our party? Go ahead and go through your recipes, and then
I would have absolutely. I would have remembered that. What do you have yet? Do you know what you guys are going to have yet?
Well, oh yeah, we've been curating this for the past week. It's just Beth and we are. I wonder if I don't know. I can remember. We're having tots casserole.
Like
no, T-Swiss. Everything's
tots.
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 Yeah.
Okay, now I wish we would have played what was at the beginning because this is more embarrassing to me.
And we're having chips and Kelsey queso. And yeah.
Oh. Okay.
And let me see. Yeah, I've got my notes over here.
You have notes.
Of course.
You have a spreadsheet.
No, I'm close. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Taylor tots, tight enchiladas, which is fantastic. Blank space bruschetta, which is an assortment of bruschetta, leaving a blank space for us to fill in the toppings of our choice. Shake it off shrimp cocktail or 13-layer dip. So that's what we're deciding. We're just going to pick a couple. We're for sure doing Taylor tot casserole. And I'm thinking, I don't know how you mix Taylor tot casserole and tight enchiladas, but I think we did tight enchiladas and we did.
They found a way to do it in real life. So,
yeah. And I love a potato enchilada. So we could do tots in the tight enchiladas.
Enchiladas. Tot enchiladas.
And tot. I don't know. I have a feeling I'm getting myself in trouble.
It's close.
Yeah.
It's right up there with the dirty trombone.
And then pour, and then pour Kelsey queso all over the tots.
What is Kelsey queso? I'm telling you, what is it called? Dirty trombone? What was that?
Yeah, rusty trombone.
Rusty trombone. That's what it was. So there, you can add that to the list.
Pour Kelsey queso all over the tots.
Oh my God. So it says in Titans enchiladas, that went south quick. This morning it was announced. Denise said Casey's has chosen their first Casey's Pizza and Beer officer from Lincoln, Nebraska. This is a headline we don't have.
Oh, interesting.
What? Casey's has chosen their first Casey's Pizza and Beer officer.
Huh.
What? Now I got to look this up. Hold on. Casey, my God, there's a headline. Okay, there it is. Casey's is celebrating National Pizza Day by announcing Joe Cruz from Lincoln. Over 500 qualified candidates were out there, and he was selected to take on the prestigious and mouth-watering position.
What does the job entail?
I'm going there right now as a proud resident of Casey's Country, proud resident of Casey's Country and a self-proclaimed pizza and beer aficionado. I'm honored to be the first to take on this coveted role. Let's see, what are his responsibilities? The job, they said, requires eating pizza and drinking beer, non-negotiable. That is absolutely the truth. Previous experience of hosting beer and bingo nights will help me share the combinations I come up with. This is cute. It's funny. That's kind of funny. Casey's consulted with former NFL defensive tackle Anthony Adams, Spice Adams, to review the pool of candidates, apparently. So there was quite the judging panel looking at skills and leadership, communication, and he brought it all to the position. So
that's a nice gig.
That's hilarious. Thanks for the lead. I appreciate that. And you're right. Allie says, dang it, I've been building my resume all wrong. Pizza and beer, girl. That'll get you there. That's awesome. Oh my God. So anyway, yes, this next week is going to be a cluster of activity and trying to keep it all straight. is going to be fun. With Valentine's Day in the middle of the week, it's tough. It's like, do you celebrate it on Wednesday night? Do you do it before
Yeah.
Fat Tuesday?
Yeah. Probably celebrating on the weekend.
Or you wait till the next weekend and you do Valentine's Day with fish. For quite a few people.
Lot of good options in there.
Right?
Lot of good options.
Oh, and not to ignore the elephant in the room. Something's wrong with my camera. So I look like I'm a little red.
Yeah. You didn't fall asleep under a grow light or anything.
We tried to fix it.
No.
Just wasn't having it. So that was when things started to go south right before we came on.
Yeah. You literally grabbed your camera and started beating it.
I did. And it worked
for a second.
Let me see if hold on.
It did work for a second.
If I come up close to it, all of a sudden it looks better, right?
Yeah. I mean, sure.
Kind of gray.
Yeah.
Kind of, I don't know. Anyway, okay. So something serious that I've got for you. There is a new show on Netflix. And it is called Lover, Stalker, Killer. Based on a story out of Nebraska.
Oh.
Yeah. That happened I think it started in 2012. So it started 10 years ago and it goes up until about 5 years ago. And it is a guy by the name of Dave Krupa. And he tells the story in the documentary that he had basically he was dating somebody, and he was kind of online dating, and he met someone else, and he went out with one, and as they were, I don't know if they were heading back to his place or what the deal was, but the other person he'd been dating happened to have been there also, and they saw each other, and then things got weird. So the one that he had just started dating disappeared on him and then started harassing him online, emails, text messages, all kinds of stuff. And it went on for years. I mean, it got, there was damage done to property. It got really violent. It got really crazy. All I'm going to tell you is that there's a really huge twist at the end of this. I read about the story, just kind of looked it up, and I'm looking forward to seeing it, even though I know how it ends. Some people may remember this, but she ended up, do you want to know that? Do you want to know?
Sure.
Do I want to tell you?
I mean, not the ending. Don't tell me the ending, but tell me what it's about.
I know he even moved away for a while.
Oh man. Now he's back though?
He moved to Iowa. He tried to get away and she found him.
That's
I mean, it's just
scary,
it's just crazy stuff, but it goes on and on and on. But I'm not going to tell you. You have to watch it, because I'm not kidding you. If I tell you right now, it's going to be like,
and what's it called?
It is called Lover, Stalker, Killer.
Okay.
But he said that, the day after he had seen the one girlfriend and he was with the other one. So the one that saw him, she's the one that went off. And the next day his text messages were pinging and all this nasty stuff. And there was all kinds of notes and emails. He'd get them all times of the day. And it says he received more than 18,000 emails and over 50,000 texts.
Oh my gosh. So is this like a Dirty John where it's scripted and actors, or is this like a documentary kind of stuff?
It looks like it's a documentary.
Okay, good.
Yeah. It looks like it's a documentary that they've.
Where is it at? Where can we find it?
That's okay. Thanks for listening. It's on Netflix.
Got it. We need to pop on Netflix. Beth and I don't have Netflix, and this is the fourth thing that I've been told in the last couple of weeks I need to watch on Netflix.
Another one is, what was it called? American Nightmare.
Yeah, that's the one that it's on.
I just remember I told you that it was time for. I did, and I watched American Nightmare. It's very good. Yeah,
that's what I think. That's what got us thinking about it.
Was the one that had seen it first, and I'm like, okay,
yeah,
and it's very good. And then I got to looking through. Good morning, Chris Shelton. He's there. Hi, Chris. Good deal, right? I haven't seen you forever. Mm-hmm. So anyway, that's kind of all I got today. It's kind of a short. I don't know what to tell you.
I know we didn't even know that Mardi Gras is going on. So we guys got to get back in. So what do you guys expect from us?
We need to up our game.
Yeah.
I will say that there's no more royal news today. Montecito, there's nothing new from Megan out of Montecito. What was the other story? And then the Super Bowl, there's no scandal. Yeah. They tried to get me on clickbait. Well, they did, because I clicked, saying that one of the players got busted for DUI in Las Vegas, in front of the Super Bowl, and you go to it and he plays for the freaking Raiders. Who cares? It's like, what's he even doing there? It's like, but it is dumb. Uber, you're in Vegas, for God's sake. There's a taxi everywhere.
Right.
You can't swing a cat without.
I know.
So it's
something, a curb, a Uber, a actual taxi, a limo, anything, for the love
So-
of God.
No excuse. But other than that, you haven't seen any scandals going on out there?
I got
Haven't seen any uproars?
Earlier this week, I did have a kind of it's kind of funny. So, Teresa Giudice's partner, Melissa Feaster, on their podcast, Namaste Bitches. Melissa was sick. She's been sick for a couple weeks, just can't shake it. And her voice, I mean, she sounds like a 55-year-old man, like a sick 55. Well, I'm 55. Hold on. An 80-year-old man. I'm like, wait a second. Holy cow. I'm on one side. Wait, I got to up my comparison. Sounds like an old 50-year-old.
Sounds just like me.
She sounds like a hoarse 85-year-old man. Like, it's awful.
Oh,
Anyway, she can talk. So I filled in for her this week on Namaste Bitches with Teresa. And I'm like, what are we going to talk about? So we did fan questions. I had her put something on her stories and get all these questions. And there's actually, she did it, but she didn't read all the questions. She just sent it to me. And we had this one question that we got. And I'm like, oh, I mean, just saying that out loud to her made me nervous, Nelly. But then the question was, and I'll play the video here. It's,
Okay.
When are you going to stop blaming everybody else for stuff that happens to you? Like, it was very aggressive from a fan, the obvious hater.
Awesome.
And so I got to say it. And then it's funny because then she goes on for 60 seconds blaming everybody else. But herself blames everybody. Okay. So I got to grab. It's funny. I should have been prepared, but I'm not prepared.
I'm going to say you weren't ready for this, were you?
No, because I'm thinking, what else could we do? Okay. Here we go. All right. Here, I think this is it. Okay. Here we go. Stop blaming everyone else for everything that happens to you.
I don't
right there saying it. I was super nervous. Didn't know how she was going to respond. Just
blame everyone else that things that happened to me. The only thing, I'm not a criminal. I walk with my head up high with that. I did not commit a crime. So that, and if I have to blame someone, I guess I would blame my husband, and he took full accountability for it. He filed business taxes, but never filed personal. And that was his biggest mistake, because that's why they came knocking on our door, because he didn't file personal taxes. If he would have filed personal, but again, that could be a misdemeanor, because if you just pay them, you don't have to go to jail. But because we were on TV, they make an example out of you. Like, I did my time. I already did it. So it's not like I didn't, I took accountability. I did it.
Did she call it a misdemeanor?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not a Mrs. Meaner, but a misdemeanor.
So I've been corrected a few times in the last couple of weeks, calling it an affidavit. Like, Beth's like, what? What is it? I'm like, affidavit. She goes, that's exactly this. Oh God.
All I heard, that I didn't hear anything after Mr. Meaner. Like,
I know. You have to read on the affidavit to see if it's a misdemeanor. Hey, her and I aren't attorneys, so
you should call that the podcast. We aren't attorneys.
We aren't attorneys.
Lower the expectations.
Oh yes, please.
Pull it down just a little bit. I had something to talk about too, and I can't remember what it was, because it was earlier this week. It was. Oh, I remember what it was. Sports Illustrated came out with their swimsuit. Did you see it?
Mm-mm.
Brittany Mahomes is in it. She might be on the cover for all I know.
Really?
Magazine bit. Well, because she used to be a soccer player.
She did?
She was good. Yeah. And I think she owns the women's soccer team in Kansas City.
Probably. That would make sense.
Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, or something like that. But yeah, anyway, that's the only thing. But this Teresa Giudice is way better. Mr.
My affidavit and the Mr. Meaner.
Mr. Meaner.
That sounds like a great stripper name. There has got to be a male stripper out there named Mr. Meaner.
If there's not, you're welcome.
Yep.
I will tell you one thing I did find out this week, and I didn't even look this up. So hold on. I got to look it up before, because I may be cussing when I say it. Hold on. I just found this out yesterday. Do you know what your weenus is?
Uh-huh.
I didn't know what a weenus was.
Yep. I know what a weenus is.
Does everybody else know what a weenus is? Am I the only one that didn't know?
I would assume. I mean, maybe not. I don't know.
I had no idea. I had
Yeah.
no idea. And that I have a weenus. I have two.
Mhm.
I didn't even know that.
Yep.
But I'll just leave it at that. If you don't know what it is, welcome to my club.
You have 2 weenuses.
You are the only one that didn't know.
Yeah.
I had no idea. You know where I learned it? Rotary.
Oh.
One of my girls at Rotary. Yes.
Learned about your weenus at Rotary. That could be a misdemeanor.
Something that needs to be. I know it does, right, Sarah? That's what I thought too. That's why I had to look it up just to double check and make sure they weren't just yanking my chain.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's so funny.
Okay. There you go.
All right, you guys. That was I don't even know. I don't even know what that was. But thank you guys for listening and watching. Every Friday we do this on Facebook. So if you're just listening, check it out. Thanks to Centris. You guys have a great weekend. Have a great Super Bowl party, whatever. Careful of your Taylor tot.
We'll see you post.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Hurrdat Media Production.